Hi, this is Juan Cuesta with JB's Barbershop in West Hampton, New Jersey, and I enjoy listening to TLV Sports Talk Show with Randy B.
Hi, this is Dr. Blake Kelstein from Adolph and Kelstein Chiropractic, team chiropractor from the Baltimore Orioles, and we're from Towson, Maryland, and I enjoy listening to TLV Sports Talk Show with Randy B.
Heads collect like rivulets along the flesh of this blacktop sediment. Fresh fly kicks crush, ready to get their laces bust when the cross comes over, too quick to adjust. First step, leave them froze where they slept. We roll like 5 fingers to a hand, flexing breath control. Footwork and fast breaks, kinetic and elegant enough to leave you in a trance. You have no chance, just lamp on the pine. Who's next to be dragged through this sequence of picks and rolls, stops and pops? Gooseneck all in your chicken bucket, productive man. We all in your pockets when we stuck it to backboard. My team swarm like horde of some dope fiend, can't get enough of this rush. We keep it moving, leaving nothing left to discuss, nothing but just a hush of ghosts haunting these courts. In this wide world of sports, we make more than just amazing happen. We thread needles through seams, patting the pill with such skill, like a crook with no look when up jumps the alley. Flush, game time, heads roll off the court with kicks still crush. In this dog-eat-dog world, you ain't nothing but just food to us. Now who wants to call next? Because this is where it happens, Captain, and I suggest that you respect the architects.
Yeah. Don't get it twisted. You know what time it is. That's right. It's TLV Sports Talk Show, the national and international sports talk show, taking life's vision, where we talk sports, we talk life, we make you visible. Tonight, our guest host is KENISE. She's going to be on the air with us. And we have a very special guest that's coming on, Joel Green, who is the director of Nike Basketball, Summer Camp Basketball, Pro-Level Training, Pro-Level Sports. So, we don't want you to go anywhere. Keep us locked in. All this is brought to you by Lawrence, Laurens, ItalianWaterIce.com. Again, that's Lawrence, Laurens, ItalianWater.com. And you can get Facebook.com/Lawrence Italian Water Ice for the finest water ice, South Jersey, Baltimore County, Baltimore, Maryland, and in South Jersey, as we said, Delaware and Philadelphia, it's Lawrence Italian Water Ice. Lawn parties, church events, grand openings, sporting events, just give us a call. Catch us on the website. And the views and statements, opinions, products, or the services of the hosts or contributors on the TLV Sports Talk Show are not necessarily endorsed or agreed upon by Taking Life's Vision, Blog Talk Radio owners. All representations are meant to be for entertainment purpose and reflect the feelings of those entities. Welcome to TLV Sports Talk Show, where we talk sports, we talk life. KENISE, how you been? You all right?
Everything all right up here in Jersey? Hello.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, listen, KENISE, did you know that July 18th and July 19th this year, 2015, at Cabrini College and Archbishop John Carroll High School, the show on the main line by the O-League is going to be live. It's a live period. It's an NCAA certified event. U15 through U team ball players. D1, D2, D3 college coaches and scouts will be out looking at the play. We go up and talk with them and interact with them. So all of you that are interested in coming, we hope that you'll be in the building. It's July 18th and the 19th. You can catch that interview that we had with Coach O on Facebook.com/TLV Sports Talk Show. And you can get that information off of there pertaining to the show on the main line, or you can get the information at info@theoleague.com. That's info@theoleague.com. Or you can call or text at 609-502-5041. That's 609-502-5041. Hey, be in the building. It's the show on the main line at Cabrini College, July 18th and July 19th. Games start 8 a.m. in the morning. That's right, and it's all day long. They got teams coming out the woodwork, and it's going to be really live, and we know that you'll be in the building, and you'll really enjoy that. Also, we have coming up for Willingboro Recreation Department, the they present a summer basketball league for boys and girls ages 9 through 16. Cost is only $50 per player, and the registration is really June 24th deadline, but they'll take people after June 24th, believe me. You can register Wednesdays and Thursdays at JFK Center in Willingboro. And the games are going to be played from June 29th to June 29th to July 29th, 2015 at the JFK Gym, 429 JFK Way, Willingboro, New Jersey, 08046, every Monday and Wednesday nights from 6 to 9:30. Now, if you need more information, call 609-877-2200, extension 1122. Again, that's 609-877-2200, extension 1122. That's the Willingboro Summer Basketball League for boys and girls ages 9 through 16. Also, Willingboro is putting on a blue top league for boys and girls ages 9 through 16. And that, of course, for that is only $50 per person. And it's going to be held at Country Club Courts in Country Club, Willingboro, New Jersey, under the lights. Time to hoop it up. They're going to hoop it up under the lights. And the games are going to be played from August 3rd to August 27th. And you can call that same number that I just said, 609-877-2200, extension 1122, to find out more information about the Blue Top League that's coming up in August. Well, hey, you know what? We got a lot of basketball. We got a lot of basketball tonight and a lot of sports to talk to you about. But before we do that, we're going to bring on our guest. We're happy to have him to come on the air. Let me tell you a little bit about Joel Green. Joel Green was born and raised in Philadelphia, PA, and was an all-city basketball player for all four years of high school. After graduating from high school, he attended the well-known Hargrave Military Academy for prep school to exercise more college options. While there, he helped lead Hargrove to, that's right, a number one national ranking by the USA Today, and he became a top 30 player in the country. And upon leaving Hargrove, he began his collegiate career at Siena College, where he was the top recruit. But after an injury sidelined him, he was forced to sit out and redshirt his freshman year. To seek better opportunity, Joel transferred from Siena into a JUCO ranking to avoid sitting out yet another year by going to another four-year school, which is the NCAA regulation for transfers. So while spending time at junior college, Joel was able to win back-to-back national titles, making his way back to a Division I basketball signing with Rider University in Lawrenceville, New Jersey. Yeah, and so he was there, and while he was there, he earned a BA in psychology. He graduated with honors, and Joel began his professional career by playing in Ireland Super League, which was followed by playing both in Spain and Venezuela, while he received a D-League. That means the D-League of the NBA. That's right. For those of you who don't know what the D-League is all about, he received a D-League contact along the way. A recent highlight for Joel was when he was invited to spend a few weeks with the 76ers during their preseason training. Deciding to pursue an undeniable passion of his, Joel has chosen to go into teaching and coaching the performance side of basketball during his off-season. From going through a number of training methods firsthand around the world, Joel has collected a wealth of knowledge. When it comes to training and when it comes to preparing players for the game of basketball, it's Joel Green. Joel Green's goal is to help enhance the performance of basketball players both physically as well as mentally. He provides players with the skills and mental approaches they need to get a leg up on the competition. Each pro-level training session is uniquely designed to incorporate the highest level of training methods done by some of today's top professional athletes. Currently, Joel Green is running a pro-level training Nike basketball camp in 7 states. What a resume. And we're happy to have on the air tonight with us Joel Green, Director of Nike Basketball Camps, the founder of Pro Level Training. Joel Green, welcome to TLV Sports Talk Show, where we talk sports, we talk life, we make you visible. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm glad. Thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah, that's quite a resume and quite a bio you got there. Don't you think so, KENISE?
I definitely think so, and I definitely think that it's good that he's still bringing something to the game. So that's exciting right there.
Yeah. So just prepare yourself to give him a Q&A. Whatever you're going to throw at him, Joel can handle it. He's no stranger to the microphone, and he loves the interview, and he loves to interact and make it known just what basketball truly is all about. And we have the same like-mindedness as far as team play and integrity and character. And I'm gonna let him talk to you and our audience all about that. So, you have any questions that you want to ask him, KENISE?
Sure. Just, going through his bio, and he has a lot of experience, even like overseas and training in different atmospheres. I just wanted to know, how do you think like your experiences overseas and also having a BA in psychology create like a platform of success for you at pro-level training?
Well, it's helped entirely. And I would say from a basketball side, my experiences, let's say using Europe as an example, which is where I started off before heading to South America, it was a dramatic change in my game personally. And I'll never forget one of my coaches, he told me, he said, "You Americans win the game in the air, we win the game on the ground." And he was straight up and honest with me in saying that basically we use our athleticism as opposed to our on-the-floor skill. And he began to teach me the various things. This is really before the Euro step became big over here in America. But, he began to teach me moves like the Euro step and to how to really cover ground just using basic footwork methods. And I began to use a lot of those things and bring them back home and train on them and work on them during the off-season. And my game dramatically changed. And those are the type of things where I picked up from a number of coaches in Europe, from playing in Ireland and Spain. And, I now am able to show, kids and even pros that I may work with and college guys these very same things. And, and obviously in hopes that they can get to a professional level themselves. And from a psychological level, that's in everything. And, one thing I've learned from even playing abroad and, just playing over the years is that it's not easy to be successful. But the one thing that I teach and preach to kids all the time is that it may not be easy, but when you put in the work, at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it. And that's really what it's all about. And if you can stick in there mentally, with a passion, then you're good. Nothing will hold you back.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's definitely. KENISE, you got any more cues for Joel? It was well said, well
sure.
put.
Sure. I'm just really happy. I mean, in 2 days, the NBA draft is coming up, and I'll have an opportunity to attend it live this year, which is a good thing. But I'm just looking at just how a few of the draft years has gone for the last couple years, and just even in looking at some of the things in your bio and being to the point where you've suffered like a major injury, you look at some of the last draft classes, and there are a few players that have suffered a major injury, and they still actually get drafted in the NBA. And even if the team feels as though they may not play the first season, possibly the second season, kind of like Blake Griffin and a Nerlens Noel or Embiid. How do you feel about players that suffer a major injury before or during the draft and they still end up on the NBA roster, even though they may not play in that first season or as a player on the roster?
Well, it's up and down. I understand how it is, kind of firsthand, and I also now know more of the business side of basketball. So now looking at it from a business, and I realize that all players coming out are looked at as investments. And, every investment isn't a right away investment. So, looking at, let's say, Kyrie Irving, I would look at him as probably the perfect example, who played, I think, 9 games as a freshman at Duke and was injured the majority of the season. Came out, he may have been, I think, top draft pick that year. And we see what kind of career he's having. Awesome career. So they see that work, and you see guys like Joel Embiid for the Sixers, and even Nerlens Noel, who suffered injuries right before the draft and things of that sort, where, you think that same thing can occur for them, and it doesn't pan out. So it's a gamble. It's definitely a gamble, and I think that's why they call it a lottery when it comes to the higher picks. And I would personally go with the healthier of the players. But at the same time, I understand why they would still go and go for the guys and say, hey, they're young, they'll recover quickly, so the injury shouldn't be a plague throughout their early NBA career. So, if a player's hurt, I would probably go with the next, but at the same time, I definitely understand the business of it.
Yeah, just to piggyback on what was said and to piggyback on that question, I personally feel as though, in the business side of it, looking at the player and the value of the player, okay, because it's an investment money-wise, because it's a business. With medical technology and the therapy and the training that's involved today, it's not like when Bernard King blew out his knee back in the 80s.
Right.
If Bernard King was in the NBA right now and had that type of injury, more than likely he would be able to play at a much higher success. Just like Kobe. Kobe went to Germany and got that knee squared away. A lot of people going over to Germany to get that special technology that they have over there, and that they're slowly bringing over here to the States. So I think the fact that they're banking on therapy and the medical technology, they got so many things out there. Joel, as you know, for your camps, that to get the kids ready and to get the players ready, I mean, it's incredible. I mean, I myself right now, I'm going through like a psoas muscle that is in the hip abductor, and just a simple little band to put the band around your ankles and stretch band, and then just slowly slide from left to right a couple of times and do that maybe 4 or 5 times a day. That has strengthened that psoas muscle now, where I can actually walk up the stairs where I couldn't before. So a little therapy like that, and just think what the players are going through as far as technology. My gosh, look, with the chambers that they go in, the cold chambers, the ice cold chamber, and it's not like just getting in, like say when you up in Ryder, they put you in that ice tub and they rub you down. Yeah, everybody goes in the ice tub. I've been back there. I've seen it, man. And but it's much deeper than that. So they bank a lot on, they evaluate, and they just don't say make a decision. This type of thing it's in I call it the war room. It's really talked about over the table. It's not talked about over the fence, that's for sure, because it's big business. Yeah, so that's excellent. KENISE, you got any more for Joel? Because you throw it at him, he can listen. One thing about Joel, if you assist it, he'll knock it down. Because Joel can shoot. Believe me, one of the best. I said this before, and I make no bones about it. I had the pleasure of coaching Joel in the Pro-Am League in Philadelphia, and that was almost 6 years ago, maybe 5. And one of the best. Joel is 6'8". One of the best 6'8" ball players, and I've had ball players since 1970. One of the best, top 3, I'd have to say, outside shooters for big man. And, of course, you don't really consider him a big man because he's not 7 foot, but he can stretch out the offense and make that defense come out. And so you just throw it to him, he'll knock it down. And if he doesn't, he'll keep on shooting, that's for sure. That's what you want. Shooters shoot. We want them to shoot, So just throw that question at him, and he'll be happy to respond.
Sure, no problem at all. I happened to be watching the Combine earlier today, and I noticed that 2 of the players that are entering into the draft stated that they really didn't have this level of physical training when they were in high school or coming up into college. And so during college, that's where a lot of their training starts. Do you feel as though it's necessary for these young boys to start training really at an earlier age, even if they're going through, say, AAU, through high school into college, instead of maybe late college going into the NBA to change their diet, change their habits, and things like that? And do you see that as some of your experiences with working with the individuals at pro-level training?
Well, great question. And I would say I'm going to touch on the AAU side first. That's a major topic. I speak with a lot of AAU coaches and organizations, and even parents that ask me, should my kid play AAU or should they go to camp, should they train? And when it comes to training, knowing what I know now, I definitely think that the training side, as far as the physical training, should take place a little earlier in the careers of basketball players, prior to college. Because, again, a lot of times you're kind of blindsided by this type of training once you get to college. However, I know personally with myself, I began this type of training literally the summer going into college. However, I know I would have been successful, a bit more successful physically, if I started maybe a year or two sooner. When I say those things, it's definitely in moderation. We're talking about working with 15, 16-year-olds, so you don't want to throw too much at them physically to where it can, deteriorate them too early, so that, you don't want to take away from the longevity of their career. However, you definitely, things as far as weight training and just the performance side, as far as just strengthening the muscles and building up the muscular endurance, things of that sort, it definitely should begin a little bit sooner, just so the body is acclimated to it and is not almost shell-shocked by the time it is thrown at the body and you're kind of playing catch-up. And when it comes to the guys in the draft, some of those guys are physically just, gifted to where they're not used to it, but they can get through it because they're so athletic and just so strong naturally. But I definitely believe that it should begin a little bit sooner. Again, now knowing what I know as far as with my studies of the body, CSCS, my information as far as things of that sort, I know a lot more now, and I also know what the body can take at the various ages. So I think that that's honestly my ultimate goal, is to begin to show those type of things to the youth that they have no idea exists, or they don't think that they should be doing it because they just don't know, or they've never seen it. But, so I think it could begin a little bit sooner, and just in moderation.
Yeah, I agree with that, Joel, because I remember many years ago I had the privilege, and it was an honor. Now, even working with kids up at Moody Park in Ewing, New Jersey, I worked with a kid. He was a little kid at the time. He was only 10 years old. His name is Fonce Massonet. Fonce Massonet, for those of you who don't know, he began his high school career at Trenton Catholic Academy, and he went on to Drexel, playing for that strong arm guy, Bruiser, who takes no joke. He's no joke as a coach. But Fonce, as a kid at 10 years old, we had Fonce doing push-ups. His father and I, we agreed that he had to get stronger, even at the age 10, because, see, Fonce didn't play with the 10-year-olds. He played with the 12-year-olds. He always played up. And but it was important for him to get physically strong. And so not just Fonce Massonet, who is now playing overseas, by the way. I think he's in France. I haven't talked to Fonce, and hopefully he'll be on the air as a guest. But other kids also, even today, working with player development with kids, that we try to encourage them to eat right, stay away from the fast foods, and build yourself up, get a lot of protein and a lot of calcium to help your body grow. And also, if you take notice, when you come to the gym and you see kids after they walk out of the gym, not covered up, sweaty, no clothes on, and we tell them, hey, look, if you want to be a pro, you got to think like a pro. You got to cover yourself up. You can't go out into the open air like that with nothing on. Possibly, you want your muscles to stay warm. And, you tell them why, especially today. You got to tell kids why for everything, because they're so information technical as far as the smartphones and the tablets and everything. So today, I really believe that kids, because of the lack of exercise, they don't go out much into the park and play. They're in the house, video games. They're not in shape like like kids were maybe 15, 20 years ago. And so I agree, when kids who come along and you give them exercise according to their age group, because, Joel, as you know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And if you have nothing in your tank, you could score 44 points, but if there's nothing in the end to help your team's going to lose. Simple as that. And I think everybody knows who I'm talking about. It's how you,
Yes.
Right.
It's how you conserve your energy and have enough strength. I talked to Terry Cummins. For those of you who don't know, Terry Cummins is an ex-ball player for the Milwaukee Bucks back in the 80s. And he was a good friend of mine. And I said, what's the difference between the beginning of the season and the end of the season? He told me, he said, Rand, at the end of the season, my legs feel like marshmallow. He said, last year, that's the way they got it. I had nothing for my jump shot. He said, this year, I'm working on my quads, and I'm working on my core, and I'm just working on my legs. So I'll be strong by the end of the year, because it's a lot of games. 82 games is a lot. So at an early age, I believe that we should get the kids indoctrinated about the whole game. It's not just about coming down, shooting jump shots, and even me, myself, a game. Well, you know what? You're listening to TLV Sports Talk Show, where we talk sports, we talk life, we make you visible. And our guest tonight is Joel Green from Pro Level Training, Nike basketball camps in 7 states. Boy, I'm telling you, 7 states. Now, let's ask this question. Joel, when you started out, did you start out with 7 camps, or how did that progressively? Tell us a little about Pro Level Training, Nike basketball, and bring us up to date to the 7 camps. Did you start out with 7, or just how did that become 7 camps? Because I left that number 7.
Right. I certainly didn't start off with 7 camps, no. I started off with 1 camp in 2012 in Hamilton, New Jersey. And, since that point, fast forward, we're now in 7 states, 11 cities, 17 camps nationwide. And, I'll be honest with you. I tell people all the time, if they ask, how did you make that happen? Well, me being me, I always have to relay, everything to God. This is kind of the pact that I made with God. I said, look, if I get any props, I got to relay it to you. So it wasn't me. I'm kind of just, the person that you see. But at the same time, it's a lot of hard work, a lot of prayer preparation, and just really kind of being ignorant to what the norm is. And what I mean by that is, if you would give a survey of, okay, this is what I would like to do, and people hear this survey, people would probably shoot that thing down, that idea, and say, well, no, people don't normally make that happen. I'm ignorant to that, intentionally. And, I just make sure, I just, if I can think about it, and if I can dream it up, it sounds cliche, but, if I can dream it, I truly believe that it can happen. And I'm no longer a dreamer, as soon as I begin to work on it. Now I'm a worker. So it's like, for me, my thoughts are literally, I'm the same as I was as a kid when it comes to imagination. I like to really step out of the box as far as thinking how to expand on myself. The same way I did as a player, I do the same thing as a businessman now. And, I go just as hard as I did on the court. I'm the same way now, when it comes, sitting behind the desk and just really making sure I execute on any plans that I have in front of myself. And, as a pro, I would train 7 to 9 hours a day during the off season. And, that type of dedication, this is easy for me. I'll be honest with you. Compared to the physical toll that I would put on myself, all I have to do right now is use my mind and my intelligence. And that's simple for me. And so for me, year 1 camp in Hamilton, New Jersey. Year 2 camps in Princeton, New Jersey. Year 3, we had 11 camps, across the country. Then year 4, which is where we're in right now, 17 camps. And, it's a lot of hustle. I have a great team nationally. I have, former NBA player A.C. Earl. He used to play for the Toronto Raptors when they first began as a franchise. He's on board. He's doing 3 of our camps for us in Iowa. I have a great couple guys down in Dallas, and man, I'm blessed with an awesome team that, we just finished our Honolulu, Hawaii camp this past Sunday. which was awesome. I mean, we're really spreading pro-level training as far as just not just building on, hey, let's get up shots and just building the jump shot, but really showing kids how to become an athlete, a skilled athlete at that. So that's, where, that why I do what I do, and I'm just trying to do my absolute best to spread that type of knowledge and wherewithal nationwide, as much as I possibly can. And, I'm going to definitely continue to do so.
Wow. The number 7 is completion, and of course it's maturity and perfection, and there is a lot to the meaning of numbers. And so while you were talking, I just came up with seven thoughts of words. Okay. First one is dream, visionary, thoughts, creativity, excellence, execute, and expand. And so that's seven words that coincide with what you're doing, because when you dream and you have a vision and you begin to think things out, and you have that creativity that God gives you, and then you have to perform in excellence, because He gives you the vision, He gives you the dream, He puts the thoughts in your head, but He's giving you the creativity, and for you to expand in excellence, but you must execute, because faith without works is dead. So a lot of people have dreams and visions and thoughts and creativity, but they don't work in excellence, and they don't execute because of fear of what if. But see, you said you work hard, just as hard as a corporate business person as you do and did on the court. And that's what you have to do. You have to work hard. People think it's going to happen overnight. But with you've been so blessed in these past, well, actually it took you 4 years just to get to 7 camps. That is unheard of. I mean, that's crazy. And now you're not just in Jersey. You're as far as Honolulu, as far as Hawaii, Texas, Iowa, and it just goes on and on. That's the expansion. So God will increase your territory. He will enlarge in your territory as you put Him first, and you hear His thoughts, because your thoughts become His thoughts, and your dream becomes His dream, and the vision that He has for you. Then you have to perform your part by, working in excellence. You can't be trifling, because God He don't put no junk out there, And so we learn along the way. It doesn't mean that, you don't make mistakes. But that's why you have erasers on pencils. You make a mistake, you just erase it, and you keep on going. And so then you execute it, because hey, this is something that's within me, and you're going to expand. Listen, it's a formula, folks that are listening. It's nothing magical. It might be metaphysical. It might be supernatural, but it's nothing magical. It's about it is truly God that blesses, and He adds wealth, and there is no sorrow with the wealth that He adds to it. So we're happy for you, and I'm excited about what's taking place. Tell our audience what's taking place, Joel, in the month of July with Nike basketball camps in New Jersey.
Absolutely. So we have coming up to kick off the summer. I'm extremely excited about this. It's a year's worth of organizing and, work just prepping for the summer. So we'll be kicking things off in South Jersey over in West Deptford on the 6th of July, right after the 4th. That's going to be from the 6th to the 10th. We're going to have our Nike basketball, our pro-level training Nike basketball boys camp to start things off from the 6th to the 10th of July. Then from the 20th to the 24th of July, we'll have our girls Nike camp down in South Jersey at West Deptford. It's going to be at the Riverwinds Community Center. And after that, we'll have 4 across the state. From the 27th to the 31st, we'll then move up to Princeton, New Jersey, and have our Central Jersey, Central to North Jersey Nike basketball camp for boys, which is going to be a huge camp. And we'll top things up. Well, actually, this is going to be our girls camp week. And then the week after, which is going to be the August 3rd to the 7th, we'll have our Nike Boys Camp, again, for Central New Jersey. So we'll be busy throughout the state, and again, I'm looking forward to getting things started in a couple weeks.
Well, tell our audience exactly now. We know that Riverwinds Community Center in West Deptford, New Jersey, fine facility. I mean, they have a awesome edifice there. So that's going to take place, again, July 6th to the 10th for the boys. And when are the girls coming out for camp?
The girls will be from July 20th to the 24th at Riverwinds as well.
Right. And what are the age groups?
It's going to be from ages 9 to 17.
9 to 17, boys and girls. Yeah, and this, will they just come in? Do they have to bring anything with them, or?
Not bring themselves and some shorts. You know, they'll receive everything from the official Nike Camp T-shirts. We'll have, you know, a number of things as far as Nike lanyards for them. We'll give them Nike workbooks, which will have, you know, the top Nike sponsored athletes as far as Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Kevin Durant. And, you know, fortunately, I've been selected to be one of 5 people to be featured in the Nike Camp workbook just to give some tips and things like that and some drills. So you'll be able to kind of take some things home with you to work on. And, you know, a ton of, you know, swag giveaways. We'll have a lot of things going on throughout the week in addition to the quality basketball as far as just some Nike book bags, some things to look forward to like that. A lot of giveaways. It's going to be an awesome environment. I mean, the kids are going to really experience things they've never seen or experienced before as far as running with parachutes, you know, doing battle ropes, things that they wouldn't see unless they were at an NBA combine or NBA workout. They'll get to experience, you know, between the ages of 9 and 17 years old. So it's going to be an awesome experience.
Now, will the parents be able to stay in the workout and actually see their youth get this player development, or will the parents be barred from the gymnasium, or just how does that work?
No, parents will be able to stay. I actually love when parents are able to stick around and even ask questions regarding, you know, some of the things that we do. I'm very confident in what we do and what we carry out that, you know, I don't mind who's watching. And I think it's actually a great thing for parents to be able to watch, because a lot of the parents are the trainers of the players. So for them to be able to see different drills and be able to take them home and do them in the driveways or at the playground with the kids, that's an awesome thing to do. And, you know, what we do, we do a lot of new type of drills that may not have been seen before, you know, on the middle and high school level. So it's always great for parents to be able to see and also just see their kids, you know, at work and do what they love to do.
Absolutely. And can you give our audience the location for the Princeton camp and the dates one more time?
Absolutely. So for our Princeton camps, that will be held at Princeton Day School. I believe I forget the exact address, but it's Princeton Day School if you're able to Google that. And the dates as far as our girls camp will be from July 27th to the 31st. And the following week, August 3rd to the 7th, will be our final camp of the summer for our Nike boys across Central New Jersey. That will also be at Princeton Day School.
Princeton Day School on Route 206 there in Princeton, New Jersey. And like you said, you can Google that. Come on out. I tell you what, the excellence is there. We can hear it. Can you hear it, KENISE? Can you hear the excellence? Can you hear the professionalism? Can you see the dream? And
I really do.
Certainly, yeah. And I'm excited. And you know, I'm just listening to him. I get excited. I know about you, KENISE. You're a gym rat, and you're on your way to the NBA draft. And she called me up the other day, Joel, and said that she texted me and said she was at a 3-on-3 tournament over there in Philadelphia. I told her I'm in Maryland. I can't get up there that quick. She forgot that I'm down in Maryland. But she goes all over. She's a journalist, and she loves sports, and she knows what she's talking about, and she believes in what she's talking about. As a journalist, sometimes we're not always right. We have our own opinion, and we might agree with other people along the way, and then some other folks might disagree with our opinion. So there's no right and wrong in sports. Just like a haircut, it's personal opinion.
So,
well, is there a website that folks can contact you, or and a phone number, or email? Can you give all that information and just say it twice so the listeners have time to write it down, or they can go to it?
Absolutely. So, you guys can visit a couple of different places. You can definitely visit www.proleveltraining.com, and, you'll see all of our events listed. You can directly go on and register for camps via ussportscamps.com. You'll see the Nike Day basketball camps listed, and you can find ours by just, going into the state of New Jersey. It'll bring it right up for you. Also, you can follow us and find us on Facebook /Pro Level Training. And also, we'll keep that updated regarding the various camps and events, the clinics, things of that sort that we have coming up. If you need to reach me directly, you can email me at J, that's the letter J, green, just like the color, at proleveltraining.com, or call 215-990-2000. That's 215-990-2000.
All right, you got it, folks. This is Joel Green from Pro Level Training, Nike basketball camps from New Jersey to Iowa to Texas, all the way out to Hawaii. Joel Green, not just a dreamer, and not just a visionary, but a doer, an executor, and you can see that his company has expanded. And just think about all the youth that are benefiting, and the parents, because the parents benefit by this also. A lot of times we think it's just the kids that's benefiting. Not all kids are going to play high school sports or college sports, but they will have the fundamentals of team play and what it means to be as a team player. Because if you go to work, there is a team at your job, unless you just you think that you're all a sole proprietor and you work by yourself. But your customers, your clients, that's part of your team. So, Joel, we want to thank you for coming on the air. And KENISE, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, it seems like my board went out on me. Yeah, so we want that to happen.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we want to thank you for coming on the air, Joel. And we look forward to your camps and hearing more about what you're doing throughout the years and the months. And we'll have you back on the air ASAP. And I'm just excited for you, happy. And you can get this information, folks, on Facebook.com/TLV Sports Talk Show. And Joel, you'll get a copy of this broadcast, and so that it can be distributed out to your market, and let folks know just what's going on at Pro Level Training Nike basketball camps. Joel Green, thanks for coming on the air. We appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
All right, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, KENISE.
Yes.
Are you familiar with the jerseys at the Virginia and Vanderbilt college basketball? Have you been watching the World Series? Have
Yes,
you seen the uniform?
And
I think it's very provocative. I think it's going to be a trendsetter. How do you feel about that? The cameo look, and of course I think it's Vanderbilt that's wearing the pinstripes. You got the black pinstripes. Well, the pinstripes are white, but the black uniforms. How do you feel about that?
I think that they just want a bit of a change. Everything, mainly when it comes to baseball, everything is just so traditional, And,
right.
Mainly for the teams, if you hold something, it's almost like, I look at this whole situation just like when players decide not to cut their beard while they're in the finals or the playoffs or the World Series or, things like that.
Right.
This can be, similar to the same situation. Hey, this is what, he had on, and, he had the best pitching of his life. That's why I don't want to change up now. So, I look at it like anything else. Baseball is just one that's a little harder to, make changes because it's more of a traditional sport. But, I think it's a great thing for the sport overall.
So do I. I do too. Some older people, they say, well, that looks out of place. It looks like softball. But just like when the Golden State Warriors, when they came out with those T-shirts, a few months ago, they were the first ones to start wearing that new look. I thought it was great. It looked good because see what the plan is to attract the younger generation.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? People in their 40s get over it and older. It is what it is. It's a new trend. I think it's really good. How about when Michael Jordan said, you know what? Like the Fab Five, I'm coming out with these long shorts.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
And so the Daisy Dukes are out. If you see shorts from the 70s and the 60s, oh my gosh,
they were so short.
Shorts go up. They were short. Oh my God, they look terrible. To us now, you know what I mean. And I just think it's a trend that's really good. And like you say, it's a good thing for baseball, and it's much needed because baseball, they're trying to do the best that they can to speed the game up and attract the younger people because it's been around for so long. And some people say it's so boring, just sitting there. And well, you're not a baseball fan. You're not into baseball. Just like golf, it's not boring. If you're a sports person and you understand sports, you'll understand baseball. But there's definitely a need for change. Well, let me ask you this. The NBA draft is coming up soon.
It's 2 days away.
Top 3 players definitely going to be there. Minnesota, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, and New York Knicks, they have the top picks. And they got Karl Anthony Towns as number 1. And now D'Angelo Russell has moved up to the number 2 pick. And Okafor is at number 3. Now you got a point guard, D'Angelo Russell, at 6'5", but his wingspan, he's like 6'8", 6'9". He has very long arms. How do you feel if you were building a team or you wanted to build a team, out of these 3 players, Okafor, Towns, and D'Angelo Russell, based upon your need, who would you pick? Who would be your first pick?
My first pick would be, if I was picking for the Sixers, which is, this local area, and that's what everyone's talking about here, I would pick D'Angelo Russell because that's one of the first things that specific team is going to need. They don't need any more big men. So, hopefully in this draft, Karl Anthony Towns and Jahlil Okafor, they just go, to Minnesota and L.A. so that Philadelphia can, make a good pick, which would be getting another guard because they got rid of Michael Carter-Williams. So that's definitely a need that they need to replace on the team. Jahlil Okafor, I'm a little skeptical about him, mainly going to the Lakers. Looking at where the Lakers are at now, I mean, you have Kobe possibly coming back. Last year, you had so many injuries, and they didn't do very well. So if you just look at that team overall, I can understand how they could say that they would need D'Angelo Russell and, they want to get the point. But I think that if Okafor went first, that Karl Anthony Towns would be a bit of a better fit for that team versus Jahlil Okafor.
For the Lakers.
For the Lakers, yes.
Yeah, well, the talk is that Brandon Jennings is coming to the Lakers. He's going to be traded to the Lakers, which says, Byron Scott being of the old mold for the Lakers. And the Lakers having that history of getting fairly decent and great centers.
Mm-hmm.
And they have two first-round picks, right? So I think that they're going to go probably for Okafor to go along with Julius, and Julius will be back. Hopefully in full strength. And the Minnesota Timberwolves, they'll probably pick up Karl Anthony Towns. And who knows what the Sixers are going to do. they gave away all this talent, so that remains to be seen. You never know about what they're going to do.
I know, and that's something. If you look at their roster right now, and over like the last 10 years, there's only 2 people that remains on the team that they even drafted, which is Noel and Embiid.
Right. They need a couple of veterans on that team. Yes, so it remains to be seen. I just think their middle management, their upper management is they stink. Simple as that. That's my opinion on it. And the proof is in the pudding. Which leaves us the New York Knicks. I believe the Knicks might even try to go for Frank Kaminsky, Frank the Tank.
I like Frank. I like Frank.
Oh, I love Frank. His IQ is there. He certainly, if they don't live and die by the triangle, I think they will come in and out of it. But I think Frank will fit in really well with Phil Jackson's system. And certainly he's not going to change through the years. I don't believe so because of the statements that he's made about LeBron. And coaching is so vital. And he has, listen, he's got the chips to prove it. And you might say, well, that was then. How about now? Well, he has something to prove, Phil Jackson does. And it seemed like disaster last year, but he knows how to bounce back. So I look for the Knicks to get some valuable picks, and there's a lot of free agents out there to get into their system. And the Los Angeles Lakers, I think they're going to make some wise decisions as long as they let Genie Buss get involved with who does what, because certainly the son, he doesn't really know. He hasn't learned anything from his father at all, how to pick players and be a winner. So it's going to be interesting. I like that kid, D'Angelo Russell, 6'5" point guard. If I'm a Sixer and they don't get D'Angelo Russell, they being the Lakers or Timberwolves, I'm going right after him. I would go because that's what they need.
It's either him or Moutier, they say.
Yeah, well, you know what? They had a 6'7" great point guard. I mean, the kid could have been really, really wonderful there. I mean, I like Michael, and he went to Milwaukee, and look what he did. Look at all the players that came out of the Sixers last year that were in the playoffs from different teams. It's what does that say about your corporation? It says you stink, you're not smart, and it's not a good image. And yet, people still buy tickets. They're befuddled. They're being bamboozled, and it's really a shame. But that's the way the NBA is. These people, they own these teams. They pay billions of dollars for it, and they think that they have a handle on things. But they know that it's such a. You talk about Cleveland wanting to be a champion, can't have in a championship. Philadelphia is very, very hungry, and like most cities, they want their team to win. Now, as far as the Miami Heat, I said it before. I say it again. I believe if they don't give Dwayne Wade any type of good renegotiation contract, I know he's getting older, but he's not done.
Exactly.
I think when they sit down, they have until Monday. They sit down at the table. Nobody's talking yet. I really believe he's going to leave. And I thought he might not want to go back to Chicago and be.
That's what I was thinking.
Following.
Maybe not.
Because he doesn't want to do what LeBron James did. So why not play at the Big Apple with Carmelo Anthony?
They said that he could possibly go there or the Lakers. It's rumored that he wanted to go to the Lakers.
Yeah, he could go to the Lakers. That would be great. Those guys are seasoned. They played very well together in the Olympics. Although Carmelo was the game killer, but that's European ball. He plays better European ball than he does in the NBA. He's a catch and shoot kind of guy, and he just plays that style of basketball. But that would be a great look. So it's going to be very interesting to see in the next 10 to 15 days all the different trades and everybody moving up in the draft, what's going on. George Karl talking about getting rid of DeMarcus Cousins. It's crazy. So we'll see what's taking place. And we want to give kudos to Monet Davis. She's doing a civil rights tour down south in Birmingham, Alabama, Mississippi. Monet Davis was a big star in the Little League World Series. You shouldn't even have to say, well, who is Monet Davis? Because she's well known now. They're even making a movie about her. And she's just blown up. And it's a wonderful thing what she's doing for civil rights. I look for this girl one day to even be a senator. You never know, you know.
You never know.
You know what I'm saying, KENISE? You never know. So we wish her well. We wish her Godspeed and safety. And so you're listening to TLV Sports Talk Show, where we talk sports, we talk life, we make you visible. And we have KENISE and Randy B here. And we want you to tune in next week. We got great coach from the Passaic, New Jersey area, Jaden Pinkett. Now, he's not related to Jada Pinkett, but his name is Jaden Pinkett, a good guy, a great community AAU coach. I watched him coach at the Borough Blitz a couple of weeks ago in Willingboro, New Jersey. Has great language with the kids, good rapport, good relationship, and he's teaching them the right things about sports and life. So we look forward for him to him coming on the air next week. So stay tuned to that broadcast and many other things that we're going to have for you next week. We'll have talk about the draft and what took place. And again, you heard Joel Green today from pro-level training Nike basketball camps in 7 states. And you got that information where the next camp is going to be in July, from July 6th to the 10th at the Riverwinds Community Center, Deptford, New Jersey, West Deptford, New Jersey. And boys and girls, ages from 9 to 17. And that's going to be really exciting. It's Nike basketball camp in South Jersey. For more information, go to proleveltraining.com or jgreen@prolevel. Okay, and the number is 215-990-2000. Well, I look at the clock on the wall. It's been really fun. Thank you, KENISE, for coming on the air. We appreciate you. We appreciate your knowledge and your love for sports. And we'll see you on the radio next week, right? You'll be on the air next week with us?
Until the next time we speak.
Okay. All right, folks. You've been listening to TLV Sports Talk Show, where we talk sports, we talk life, we make you visible. This has been Randy B. This is Randy B. saying until next time, we are off like a dirty shirt. See ya.